Thank you for watching our videos here on the YouTube channel. Hopefully you're interested in more. If you just do a filter on learning on our deal, you'll see that we have a learning scriptures and learning the doctrine and learning the basics 1 through 10. Those are a good way to start in case you're interested in exactly then the doctrine. But we have the entire Bible as our doctrine, and the New Testament was the new covenant, and that's what we study. That's what our commandments are, and also that's what where you'll find the life of Jesus and what he did for us. Now, we normally have topics. If you're looking at our YouTube channel, you'll see that they're mainly just topics. Today's topic is fear, uh, and which is kind of multifaceted. There's also we'll start off with fear not. Fear not is a commandment for those in the kingdom. So what is it I'm not supposed to fear? We'll look at that. Now, most of the time, especially if you start learning Bible, it would be you would fear God and keep His commandments. What you may not know is there's multiple definitions in English for the Greek. For the one English word fear, there's multiple definitions in the original Greek. Okay, so like when you fear God, well, fear. If I ask somebody what is fear, they go, I'm scared. They're scared something's bad going to happen, something happen, or their neighbor's bad, something like that. And they go, that's what fear. Well, if you look in the Strong's and look up the word fear, you'll see it has different G numbers, which means they're Greek. And there's a Greek 5401 that means respect and reverence. So most people think, oh, I'm supposed to be scared of God. Well, that part of fear actually means respect or reverence. I don't have it printed out here. Probably should have. But so we have respect and reverence for our Father because He does not lie, and we know how we got here. We know what's expected of us, and we know what the future has in store for us as far as our spirit goes. And it's a beautiful thing. And you'd be surprised studying with us. You'll be surprised how simple the doctrine is. Only man makes things complicated. We're going to look today. We're going to start off in Luke 12. And we'll start off with just verse 32, and then we'll go back further in Luke 12. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Now, if you watch our videos often, you'll see that we always mention pronouns because the Bible is written pronoun heavy. So to understand the Bible, you'd have to understand the pronoun. So when I see this fear not, which today's lesson is fear, okay, that's a commandment. Who is supposed to fear not? And it says little flock. Well, that's another name for the kingdom. If you watch some of our other videos about the sheep and the shepherd, well, that's what this is, flock of sheep. So those that are in the kingdom that have a shepherd, we are the flock. So in this definition here, we are members of the church, sheep. Many names for us as members, and there's many names for the church, but those names are usually pronouns. Okay. And right here we got the noun. So who is it that's supposed to fear not? Well, that's us. What is it I'm not? For it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Okay. And so that's the flock. And then that's the flock. So you can see here, these two pronouns come right after that noun. That's kind of how we study. So anyway, I got a commandment. I'm in the kingdom. I'm one of the flock. And he's saying, hey, what is it you're fearing exactly? I mean, you're in the kingdom. God's giving you the kingdom. Well, that's part of keeping your thoughts on things above and how great heaven's going to be. You know what? When I'm at peace and I'm thinking about the heaven and all, actually, I don't have any bad thoughts about anybody at that time. Keeping your thoughts on things above Means I can get them off the things that aren't going well for me. I didn't like what somebody said. I don't like what somebody did. Yes, we're all human. But the fact is, keep your eye on that you're a member of the kingdom, and it was the Father's good pleasure. Now, there is one who we do fear in the kingdom. So that's why I preface this with, hey, when you read this fear, think about respect and reverence. Those English words that come from the Greek. Okay, Luke 12:4. We're going to look at actually all the way through 12:7, but I want to have a Hebrew thing in front of it. And I say unto you, this is Luke 12:4, and I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that they have no more that they can do. Okay, so don't be afraid. They can kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. Okay, so I say unto you, my friends, so that could be and you notice this red letter. And when you see the red letter, that's quoting Jesus while he was alive here on planet Earth. And I say unto you, my friends, well, is that the same people as this flock and people in the kingdom? Yeah, not only are we friends of Christ, we're brethren to Christ. And it says here to not be afraid of them that kill the body. Well, who can kill the body? Well, your fellow man. Yeah, there's murders and homicides and all kinds of stuff going on. Someone can come and kill you. Well, I have a commandment, so don't even be afraid of them. Well, seems kind of scary, right? But think spiritually. And who do you have protecting you? Do you have the Father's uh, love protecting you, your high priest, or the angels that look after you? Yeah, come study with us. And after that, have no more that they can do. So that's the worst thing that can happen. A human being kills you, and then that's it. They can't do anything more to you. Well, that becomes pretty obvious. And then the next verse, and you will find that a lot of scriptures, they either start with the word but or the word and. So, and just in case you're into the details, notice that. All right, Luke 12:5. But I will forewarn you. Forewarn, yeah, I'm telling you in advance. You're warning me of something in advance? Yes. But I will forewarn you what? Whom ye shall fear. Okay. So whom I shall fear. And then there's a colon there. Okay, well, first of all, you said, be not afraid, deal, and fear not. You already gave me a commandment, fear not, because the Father's given me the kingdom. Yeah, and this fear here on be not afraid, that is part of being scared. Okay, now we're getting to the fear that I mentioned about respect and reverence. But I will forewarn you whom you shall fear. Fear him. Now, if it was me doing the typing here, I would make that a capital H for our Father. So there's your pronoun, whoever that is. Okay, who was the I? Well, it's Jesus talking. I got it in red letter. And who is you? Whoever the reader is, well, that's us. Okay, and the ye, well, you're full of pronouns here. Yeah, ye, that's us. Okay, and we shall fear who? Fear him, comma, which after he hath killed, hath power to cast into hell. Then the semicolon. Hold on. What do you have underlined there? So I'm going to fear the Father, which after he, so you're saying that should be a capital H in your opinion? Yeah. He, our Father has killed people. Well, I mean, have you ever heard of the flood? Yeah. Uh, or he lets someone die. Yeah, you can remember whose creation is who's in charge. Okay, he's large and in charge. That's our Father. Don't forget that. So fear him who does what? After he had killed, and he still, we had a no more up here. A man can do no more after you die. And now we go, oh yeah, after we got an after here, something that can be done after you die. Okay, after he had killed us, what now? Power. Oh, power to cast into hell. Well, this cast is a power verb. Yeah. And this is a big noun here. One of the attributes. Yeah, our Father, and it's also an attribute of the Lord. He gave Jesus, our high priest, all power. Okay. Okay, have power to cast into hell. Yea, I say unto you, get this highlighted here. I say unto you, fear him. Okay, well, you just said it twice. You already said, whom I shall fear him, and now you're saying it again. Fear him, fear him. Okay, so my respect and reverence for our Father, which is what I have, is how I fear God. But what I am scared of and fear of is not getting saved in the end. Oh, yeah. Because why? Well, because this power to cast into hell. I don't want to be cast into hell. No. Okay. Hebrews 10:31. I'm just going to throw it. So I have hit Luke 12:4 through 12:7, but after two verses, I decided to put in this Hebrews 10:31 just as a little reminder. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Well, fear is our topic today. Yeah. And you're fearing man that's alive? Well, I mean, I could if my faith is weak, especially. Okay, well, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. What made you think of that? Well, because it says here after he's killed, he had power to cast. Well, that means that I'm in his hands. Yeah. So it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Keep that in mind. All right, let's do 12:6 and 12:7 back in Luke, Jesus teaching. Are not five sparrows sold for two farthings? And the farthings is a unit of be like pennies for us or nickels. It would be some type of coin. Are not five sparrows sold for two farthings, and not one of them is forgotten before God? Rhetorical question. So I can learn something there. I can learn that God knows about all spirits that are on planet Earth, including these little sparrows. Okay, but told you that a lot of verses start with but. But what? But even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. This is verse 7. Fear not. Okay, well, you've repeated that commandment a few times. Fear not, therefore. Okay. Ye are more valuable than sparrows. Ye are more valuable than many sparrows. Right. So if the Father knows that those sparrows are not forgotten, what do you think about you? That sparrow doesn't have a soul. We have a soul. And we want our soul to be saved in the end and take on a new body. Yes. Uh, so aren't you more valuable than that? Yes. We'll keep that in mind. So he talks about fear, and then this is actually fear not, because why? You ought to be comforted by this, that you're not forgotten before God, that you can have your thoughts on things above, that, hey, this is the plan. I'm in the plan. I mean, what a marvelous creation. I get to see it every day. But even more marvelous is the plan behind the creation. It says I have a chance to get into heaven. My soul can get into heaven, provided I do what? Well, fear not these things and fear our Father and know that the word is true. And it's all wrapped in what's called faith. All right, let's look at this next verse I got here. We that fear our Father must work in righteousness. Okay, so now all I did was make a claim uh, that I fear the Father. Okay, well, you got to back up the claim. Here's another verse that starts with but. Acts 10:35. But in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him. So once again, you see we got these pronouns. So every nation means all mankind. He, okay, that's still a person that's in this nation. There you go. That feareth him. Well, that'd be our Father, capital H for me. He that feareth him. And we need to put an and in there. All I was going to do was fear God. I know, but we're adding the and in there because you need to prove that you fear God by doing what? Worketh righteousness. Huh. So laborers. Yeah, your labor is in the vineyard and you should be working righteousness. Okay, but it doesn't say when in here. Correct, because there is no time constraint. You should always, are you fearing God? You should always be working righteousness. Hey, I want to get saved in the end, do the right thing. I know, but the guy cut me off on the freeway. Okay, well, I still want to fear God and get into heaven. I'll try to control myself. Good grief. All right, and is accepted with him. So that's our Father. Yeah, the hymns here are Father. And what you need to do is he, one of us is a nation. Oh, and by the way, the he also means she. Did I tell you that? Yeah. They'll say he is a pronoun in our Bible, and it refers to male and female. He means from a human. So every human that feareth our Father, if I wanted to put this in nouns, but every human that feareth our Father, there you go. So that's how you'd study Bible. Is right, you're going to work righteousness. So this once saved, always saved. I don't have to do nothing. Well, this blows that out of the water. This says you're supposed to be doing something. You're supposed to be working righteous if you fear our Father. Okay, so let's finish here with no fear. No fear is to have perfect love. Okay, now when I'm loving somebody or something, or my pet or something, I'm not thinking about hating my neighbor or nothing. I'm kind of involved in the love thing. That's what love does. That's why you're going to see the word cast. You're going to see the verb casteth in here. All right, close to the end of the Bible here. 1 John 4:18. There is no fear in love. Huh. Okay, so while I'm in the middle of love or I love something, I'm not fearing anything? No. I was thinking about that while I was doing the sermon. I'm going, wait a minute, when I love this or love that, I'm not thinking about fear. Huh. Because my fear of the Father is wrapped in love. Okay. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear. Oh, yeah. So while I'm doing love, I don't have fear. So we can actually cast out fear. Well, love casts out fear. Is that what you mean? Yeah. So why don't you concentrate on this love deal and the fear of our Father? See, our thing about us Christians here, fear of our Father involves love. You said, well, there's no fear in love, is what distorted all. Yeah, because that's talking about fearing our fellow man and the world and the diseases and the things that he does to us, the world, that mean. Okay. So there's no fear in love. So when you're loving something and in that perfect love casts out fear. Because why? Because fear had torment. So when you love something, you're in torment. No, actually, no, quite the opposite. Okay. Well, if you're tormented by something, maybe you have a health issue or something like that. Yeah. Why don't you get over on the love part there and try to work on perfect love and know, hey, you know what? I'm going to be saved in the end. Let me think about that. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. And this would be the fear of man, fear of the world. See, that's why part of this sermon I wanted to bring out that there's fear of man. I'm scared of something. And then there's fear of our Father, which means I respect and have reverence for our Father. So keep that in mind when you read a verse about fear. So you can see here, this kind of has both in there. But you're going to fear who? You're going to fear our Father and work righteousness. That's the theme of the day. That's how we wrap it up. Anyway, we're the CyberCOC Christ at gmail.com if you'd like to contact us. But we appreciate you watching the video and hope you learned something. Our idea with our lessons is that you'll be spiritually fed. That's the whole idea. You'll be spiritually fed. I know more than what I knew earlier. That's the whole goal. Anyway, we're the Cyber Church of Christ. Hope you have a great day. Take these words spoken today and implement them into your thinking. We love you. We're the Cyber Church of Christ.